Hi everybody, it's Sunny. How are you? Here to give you some little instructions on how to make a heavy poo-poo dinner party for your friends. Now in Hawaii, we don't call them hors d'oeuvres or appetizers, we call them poo-poos. And if you get a invitation to a party, a lot of times it'll say light poo-poos, it'll say heavy poo-poos, which means it's almost like you can have an entire meal. There's going to be so many different appetizers or poo-poos. Sometimes you'll hear them talk about hot poo-poos. That means that you can expect there's going to be things that are hot. They're not going to be only little finger sandwiches and stuff like that. So anyhow, we're going to make a heavy poo-poo dinner, because sometimes people, like if they're having a weekend drinking get-together where they're throwing back shots and drinking beer and stuff, a lot of times they'll have so many poo-poos. It just covers a huge table. It's like a buffet, and you can literally be stuffed off of all the hors d'oeuvres. Okay, first I wanted to share with you that I had seen that somebody had tried to make donuts in their air fryer. So this morning they did it with biscuit out of the tube, Pillsbury tube biscuits. Now this is my take on it. As a matter of fact, I haven't had much snacks this afternoon, so I'm probably going to bite one. This I made out of the Hawaiian sweetbread dough that they have in the biscuit tubes. Now, they're better warm. This morning they were pretty good. But they're very flaky. This is the problem. My review on them would be that you still can tell that they're biscuits, but they taste pretty good. I think it turns out better with the Hawaiian sweetbread dough than it would with the regular biscuits. So you just take and cut out a hole. I used an empty vitamin bottle, turned it upside down and punched a hole. Or we say puka. Dennis, did you want the other one?
Yeah.
Okay. You're welcome. So yesterday when we were coming home from getting Dennis from work, we swung by the Kaneohe market and got some ice, and we also got a big bag of boiled peanuts, and they've been in the fridge staying healthy because you don't want the bacteria to grow since it's a protein. I put it in my rice cooker with a little bit of water and cooked it for 15 minutes, and now it's keeping warm just to refresh them. So we'll have that on our poo-poo table too. So first up, what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be cutting a zucchini. I saw this recipe with I saw this recipe with dill pickles, but since I can't have the salt in the dill pickles, I could eat one, but that wouldn't satisfy me. So I thought, why don't I take zucchini and cut it to resemble the pickles? And what you do is you take those slices and you dip it in an egg and this is egg with a little water and beaten in, so it's a wash. I'm going to take panko breadcrumbs and some Parmesan Romano, Parmesan and Romano cheese, and mixed in with the panko. And I thought I had the tail end of some pork rinds that I was going to crush up and put in there too, but apparently I didn't bring them over. So anyhow, we want to season the slices. Not too much salt though, because there is a ton of salt in your cheese, okay? And then we're going to cook them in the air fryer. After I cook that, the next pupu I'm going to make is I'm going to take these jalapenos and I'm going to cut them in half. I'm going to take out the seeds and the membranes, and I'm going to stuff them with cream cheese. You don't have to put any seasoning because there's a lot of salt in the cream cheese. And then I'm going to wrap them in bacon, and we'll cook those up in the hot air fryer too. Excuse me. And the last but not least, I am thawing out some chicken wing drumettes. So it's just the meaty part of the chicken wings. And we don't usually do wings at this house, so this is going to be exciting to try something new. And I'm going to be seasoning them. I'm anxious to try this actually. I don't even know what it smells like or tastes like, but it's Famous Dave's country roast chicken. And I'm going to season the chicken wings up with that and basically spray them lightly with some of this Pam. Now I may be using this spray Pam intermittently. Like I think I probably need to spray it on the zucchini slices to make them extra crispy when they fry in the fryer. But then afterwards I'm going to try this on the chicken drumettes. It's sweet chili. I don't know how hot and spicy it is. It kind of looks really yummy because it resembles a sweet chili dip that I used to get for chicken nuggets. I forget where. It's been a while. And I love Ken's. I'm not sponsored by Ken's, but Ken, if you see this and you'd like to sponsor me, I'd like to sponsor you. No, I'd like you to sponsor me because we love this brand of salad dressing. They have the best ranch. They have the best, well, it's Catalina type, but it's French, forget, maybe it says Catalina. I don't know. It's a red, sweet dressing. It's wonderful. Balsamic is really good, and their Italian is good. And their Thousand Island is amazing. So I'm going to have that for also, if we put the sweet chili in, it's a little too spicy, we can dip it into some of this ranch too. And then we'll have the protein of the boiled peanuts that's over there staying hot. So you can see how it could be a smorgasbord, and we're going to get to it here. I'm just going to piece together, and I'll edit it in, a little bit of my prep, and because this is pretty simple stuff and pretty basic. And then we'll get to the finished product. Okay, so now I want to show you that I have a plate full of zucchini disc. Now some of the fattest ones are a little fatter on one side than the other, which is not what you're going for. But this looks to be a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch thick, okay? Some of these are a little thinner. See, like that? Okay, and here I have my panko crumbs that I've mixed with a generous amount of the Parmesan, the shredded. I don't think the powdered would be good, but this is shredded. Any shredded Parmesan. I put a little salt and pepper in my egg wash. I also added a little pepper, black pepper, to the panko and mixed it up. And the cheese is making that breading smell so good. So theoretically, what you always do, I should have had a fork, but I don't have a fork. Okay. So theoretically, you use one dry hand, one wet hand. But since I'm kind of doing everything here, I'm just going to demonstrate on one, okay? So you're going to put it in here, and get it really wet. Okay. Then you're going to put it in here and cover it up with the panko. Okay. Now, if you want a thicker coating of batter on it, what you would do first is, because when you cut the zucchini, it's kind of got a wetness all of its own, right? Now, I don't know if you can see how good that is. That's pretty good. And if we handle that delicately, then we should be okay. Now, I'm not going to put it in the basket. I'm going to just put it on another plate and let it sit for a minute while I do the rest of them, and I'll get them all ready. And then I'm going to fire up the hot air cooker while I'm prepping the other stuff. I might prep the jalapenos first. Okay, we'll work this out. Just hang tight. So this is what the zucchini looks like when they're all breaded and ready to go. As I said, zucchini has a wetness all to itself. So if you wanted a thicker breading, all you would do is, before you did the egg wash, you would dip it in lightly seasoned flour and get a coating on there, and then put it in the egg wash, and then in your panko or your breadcrumbs. Now, you could deep fry these, but nowadays we're all wanting to lose weight and be more healthy. So we're going to cook them in the air fryer, batch by batch. I'm not going to have more than one per, laid out, a layer. Okay, so that's that. And now I'm going to start preparing the jalapenos, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, I know I've talked to you about these before, and of course I am not sponsored by Playtex, but I get these multi-purpose gloves, and you get 10 disposable gloves, and it was like 90 cents in the store over by where you get your sponges and your dishwashing soap. Okay, so you're going to want to have those. We're going to deal with our jalapenos now. So I'm going to put this on. It's amazing that even though the small jalapenos are not that spicy, their seeds and membranes are. And heaven forbid you don't want to accidentally forget and put your fingers into your mouth for some reason, or touch your eyeballs, or, you want to not have that unhappy experience, and it kind of lingers, the oil that gets underneath your nails no matter how much you scrub them. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take, and I'm going to, let's see if you can see it, I'm going to adjust it down just a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to take our sharp knife, and I had some cream cheese on there. We're going to cut it lengthwise, okay? So cut it lengthwise like this. And then you're going to want to take all of this membrane out. Okay? Scrape the seeds. You don't want the seeds. And you don't want this little white membrane. Okay? So you see how I have that all cleaned out? Okay, now for the purposes of this video and keeping it kind of short and sweet, it's still going to be plenty long. I have a piece of cream cheese here, already cut. If I could get it out of the thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it like this, stuff it in that crevice, and be generous. Now, I've seen some where they mixed in cheddar with this, but I think that it is most creamy and most delicious when you just have the cream cheese all by itself. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is open the bacon and wrap it around. Now you want to make sure it's really wrapped well. Let's see, is this one of those that you can peel the corner open? Probably not. Okay. So I'm going to have to cut into my bacon here. I always have a 1 gallon Ziploc bag ready to put my remaining bacon in. Let me move this to the side. I did get it in there. Okay. So let me take a piece of bacon out of here. Thick bacon is really nice. If you get the thick cut bacon, it is so nice. And now they have enough salt in your bacon that now you can play around with it and figure out how you like to wrap it best, but start it at one end and just wrap it, wrap it, wrap it. See, in one piece just about does it. See? So this one is ready to go. Try to keep it tucked in because I don't like to have to use toothpicks. Okay? So I'm going to shut this off and I'm going to prep the other remaining jalapenos, okay? Okay, up close and personal with our jalapeno poppers. As you see, I was using a whole piece of bacon on each, so they're generously wrapped. If you have people that have a sodium problem, first thing I want to tell you is the best tasting and lowest sodium bacon is at Costco, and I think you get four packages together. Anyhow, this is not really focusing too well. There we go. And number two, you can cut the pieces in half and not be quite so generous in your wrapping. Okay, so we got the zucchini and we got this ready. I'm going to now heat up the hot air cooker. I'm going to preheat it for 3 minutes to 400 degrees, and I'm going to start cooking the zucchini, the breaded zucchini first. Okay? Oops. Here I am. It's a little dark in here. You can see the lights from the Christmas tree reflecting in my glasses. That's funny, yeah? Okay, so these have cooked about 8 minutes. And I flipped them at the 4-minute mark. See? Okay. Now let me get them out on a platter. See how crunchy they are? We're going to test it here in a minute. Oh, it's not, there we go, yay! Oh wow, I can turn the brightness on me. Ooh, look at this one. Doesn't that look yummy? It's like that on the other side too. Okay, my phone's having a hard time focusing. Now I think I'm going to bake in the toaster, the air fryer, I'm going to cook the jalapeno poppers Not at 400 like I did these, because I want to cook the bacon thoroughly, not just burn it on the edges. Is that it? That's it. Okay. So, let's try it. I'm going to open the bottle of buttermilk. Let's try it with a little scoop of buttermilk. And then I'm going to hand the platter over and let Dennis dig in. But we're going to pour a little buttermilk here. Oh, look how thick that is. Oh, it's so yummy. I'll be so happy when they can eat the salads again. I did buy a head of regular iceberg. Okay, so I got one. I'm gonna dip it in. Let's see what I think. Okay. These are very yummy. Now, when we go to the shack in Kailua in Enchanted Lakes, they have zucchini sticks. They cut them in kind of 3-inch length and little wedges, and they deep fry them. I tell you what, I think I like these just as much as the deep fried. And I think Kyle's going to not only need... Kyle was saying that I make him want to buy an Instapot. I think, Kyle, you're going to need an air fryer too. Here, Dennis, you can have some.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm going to put you on pause again, and I'm going to load up these lovely little jalapeno poppers into the thing and cook them up, and then I'll be showing you those. Okay, I'm back, and it just went beep, 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 and here are the jalapeno poppers. Don't those look yummy? Let me get them out on the plate so you can really see them. Oh boy. Now I've made way too many. See? I've made way too many, but you know what? That's not a problem. And if you make way too many and you at a party, don't worry about it. They're gonna get eaten. But what I did one time when I made way too many, like here at the house, like I did just now, is a couple days later I was making a meatloaf, and I took these and I chopped them up, and I put the meatloaf mix down on the pan. Oh boy, that cheese is going to be sticking. We're going to have to do some soaking tonight. Usually it's easy cleanup on this air fryer, but not tonight with all of this cream cheese baked on. And I chopped up about 6 of these half jalapenos. Look at that. What do you think of that? Now you probably think it's really spicy. It's not. I'm going to put one on a plate for me over here. I'm going to hand most of these over to Dennis. Oh, Dennis has got a plate.
Put some on mine.
Now let these cool down, honey. Yeah, so I put down the meatloaf mixture. Then in the center of the meatloaf mixture, I put the chopped up ones of these. And then I put the rest of the meatloaf mixture and then patted and made sure all the seams were really, really tight. And yeah. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Even Steven. Okay. So then I baked it, and it was the best meatloaf ever. Ever. It was so delicious when you sliced it and it had the jalapeno poppers inside there. I think Dennis is going to go get us our sodas. Could you bring me, dump out my water and put ice in there, please, and thank you. Now we're going to make the chicken. Ooh. One of these days I'm going to get my flute out and play some music for you, if I still can. I haven't practiced, I haven't played my flute in years. And I don't even bother reading music anymore. I play by ear. I just turn on the radio and I can play along. Okay, so while this is cooling, let me put this over here. Maybe the grease from these chickens pieces are gonna loosen up. See the cheese that got burned on down there? Usually we have nothing sticking and it's a super easy cleanup. If I had thought about that, I could have put a piece of my non-stick aluminum foil that I love in there. So here we have 8 chicken drum wing drumettes, okay? With that spice on it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, and if, let's see, I'm gonna cook it at about 380, and I'm gonna do it for about 20 minutes. So let's add some time. Let's put 25. I can always stop it early. Okay. And this plate has to go throw away. So anyhow, what was I telling you? I forget. Oh, yeah. Usually nothing sticks. Could you please, Mr. Cameraman, inside my cell phone, keep, yeah. Oh, look at this. This is a nice thing about using paper plates for some of your stuff that you're doing. Because look at how my cleanup goes. Oh.
Give me that directly.
Oh, okay. It's kind of got juicy. Dennis is such a good assistant. Okay, these have cooled enough. Now let's taste them. Oh, I can hardly wait. I'm so excited. Wait, I'm going to pour my Pepsi. I love Pepsi over my ice. I love icy Pepsi. I'm already starting to smell the chicken cooking. Alrighty. So let's try it. Which one should I eat first? This crunchy one? No, wait. This big one. It's crunchy. Oh! So hot. Sorry. Oh my god. It's so good. You see the melted cheese in there? Oh man, I could mukbang this whole 12 of them. It's so good. Sorry. It's the temperature heat, not the spicy. So, is it okay with you that I'm cooking in my pajamas? No. Grandma Sunny's pajama cooking party. Cheers. That is so yummy. Okay, let's have another one. This one's teeny tiny. Mm. So good. See, all of these places that make their jalapeno poppers all battered up, you don't need all that and deep fried. This is so delicious. Can you see how delicious these are? Creamy. The flavor of the jalapeno pepper is flavorful but not hot as far as heat. Take a hamburger and put a couple of these on top of the hamburger before you put the bun on. As we would say over here, go broke them out. That means so good it makes you feel like you broke your mouth. Oh my goodness. Yes, please. This is what you have a taste bud. Oh, word. It's the truth. It's really good. Okay. I've tortured you enough. I'm going to turn this off. I'll be back when the chicken drumettes come out, and we'll see if that spice that I bought and tried for the first time is good or if it's junk. Okay? See you in a couple minutes. You can see my Christmas tree still up. The chicken's still cooking. It's been in there for, let me see now, 15 minutes at 380 degrees.
What are you talking
I'm talking to my peeps.
with Christmas tree?
Yeah.
Never mind.
Dennis wants to know who I'm talking to. Can you see some of the ornaments on it? I love my Christmas tree. Okay. There we go. Ooh. Need to wipe my mouth. Okay, I got something to show you. It's been, let's see, I set it at 25. I set it for 25 minutes and it now has 8 minutes left. So, I have my glasses on. I should be able to do math, right? 25 minus 8 is 17 minutes, right? Yeah. It's been in 17 minutes. At 380 degrees. Want to see them? They look done. Let's take them out on a platter. Now, what did I use this on? the cheesy things, right? The jalapenos, not the chicken.
Should look like cheese.
Yeah, I use these on the jalapenos
When you took them out, not when you cooked them.
when I took them out. Yeah. Ah, get back in there. So what do you think? What's your verdict? Done or not done? Comment below. I'm playing with you. By the time you comment, you'll already know if it was done, right? Let's let it cool for a minute. Now, depending on the flavor, we may or may not dip it in the sweet chili. And we may or may not douse it in ranch dressing.
Or we might do both.
Or we might do both. Or we might send Sunny out for a hamburger to pick up in the drive-thru. No, we wouldn't do that. Okay. Should I cut it? It's awful hot. Whew. It's mighty hot.
Don't eat it.
Why not?
You're supposed to slice it up.
I don't have a knife. It does look like it's done. Ow.
Here, put it on this plate.
Don't you do it. What are you going to do to it?
I got it under my light. Oh yeah, I'd say this is done.
Okay. I may take it back. The doctor has decided. You know he likes Doctor Who, yeah? I'm not sure about this spice though. Oh, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot temperature-wise. The spice is not bad. The meat's done. Okay. So that spice is not bad. That spice is supposed to be on a whole bird and then you roast it. Like roasting it in the oven. I just thought, hey, why not try it on the drumettes? Well, let's get these out. Serve some to Dennis. I'm going to close this off for now. As you can see, little Miss Princess over here is listening to every word I say. You know why? Because secretly I think that she thinks one day she's going to have to do the cooking in the house. She watches so carefully every step that I take when I cook. Anyhow, from Bachi and us, Dennis and Sunny, we all say aloha. Happy Aloha Friday evening. Hope you had a nice evening celebrating the weekend with maybe a cold beverage and some hors d'oeuvres, appetizers, good food with your good friends. We love you, and I will talk to you soon. Aloha.